Tonight on Wareham Viking News at 5. Find out about a new school and about everything coming up at 5 o'clock.
Live from the WCTV studios in Wareham, this is Wareham Viking News.
Wareham Viking News at 5 starts right now.
Hello everyone and welcome to Wareham Viking News. Thank you for being with us today on our live news show. I'm your host, Emma Arcaro, and remember to join us Wednesdays at 5 p.m., Thursdays at 9 a.m., or on YouTube later tonight for our news broadcast. Thank you for devoting your time to us this evening, and with that, let's get right into this week's news. Well, we are all aware of the upcoming newest addition of our town, a new elementary school where former Minot Forest Elementary stood. The building has undergone multiple recent additions like cabinets, countertops, window glass, ceiling lights, and flooring. The construction of the school is about 70% complete, according to project manager Chad Crittenden, who shared the good news at the town meeting held on March 11th. He expressed the good financial position that the school construction project is in, and that they are actually ahead of schedule by 6 weeks. He shared that the building will be structurally completed by mid-October 2021, and the remainder of the time dedicated to moving things inside the building, including new technology, furnishings, and things from the John W. Deacon Elementary School. When asked if the building may be ready for students before the January 2022 expected completion, Crittenden had said that it was a possibility, though it would pose a significant challenge to the crew since the real struggle would be moving all of the furnishings and technology between the buildings. A virtual tour filmed March 2nd is available for Wareham residents on the project's Facebook page. There has been a slight increase in COVID-19 cases locally, but 36 new cases this week, 3 more than the usual 33 new cases logged on average over the last 3 weeks. Wareham's incidence rate increased slightly to 19.2 cases per 100,000 people in the past 2 weeks, meaning that there was an average of about 4.42 cases each day in that time. We're still in the yellow category, classified by the state, where we've remained since mid-February. There have been 1,371 recorded COVID-19 cases in Wareham since the beginning of the pandemic. Although the vaccine is not open to the public, there is a recent program launched on March 12th where Massachusetts residents can request to be notified when they become eligible to make an appointment at a Massachusetts vaccination center. The form takes less than 5 minutes to complete and asks a few questions, including birth date, address, and preferred method of communication. This is not equivalent to making an appointment, as it only notifies you when you're eligible to schedule one. There's also a hotline provided by Wareham Council on Aging staff for residents who need help making an appointment at 508-921-3100 from 8 a.m. till noon, Monday through Friday. The Public Safety Complex Study Committee has a plan for a new public safety building replacing the current police station. This police station is over 50 years old and has been ruled too small for current operation of the Wareham Department. Since the initial construction was scaled back to save money, the construction of the second floor was eliminated, leaving less growing space for the operation since the building's completion in 1981. And the workload has definitely grown, with the station fielding only about 29,000 calls in 1990, increasing to over 41,000 calls before the end of 2019. The Public Safety Complex Study Committee has sent a draft request to Town Administrator Derek Sullivan that could speed things up to end a long process before the construction actually begins on the new station. And the committee had considered a total of 4 possible construction sites, 2 that are privately owned and 2 that are town-owned. One of these properties included Deacon Elementary School, which will be left vacant after the new school opens. We will keep you posted as new developments occur. Plans for Wareham waterfront property are currently being concocted by an ambitious landowner with a strive to provide amenities for the town. The land, sold a year ago for $1 million, is the former lot of Green Lumberyard and is located between Bessie Park and British Landing condominiums at 59 Main Street. There are many plans being considered for this property, including a commercial marina or 2 buildings which could hold a function center and a high-end restaurant. Although it's a long process, the owner does want to steer away from traditionally industrial purpose that the land has historically served. There is a lot to do before a decision can be made, though, including an approval from town boards. A hearing related to the planning is scheduled for tonight. It's now time for us to take our first break of the night, so get yourself a refreshment and get comfortable. After the break, we have more to share though, like new updates on the physical return to school and a local firearm arrest. All this and more after the break.
Welcome to the morning show.
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 Welcome to the new morning show.
Have a Wareham Viking weekend.
Runner there, Michael Bush, the pitch home. Fastball swung on and missed, and the Gatemen win their 8th title and won for the first time since 2012. The Wareham Gatemen are kings of the Cape Cod Baseball League. A strikeout for Zach Hart, and the Gatemen win it.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Emma Arcaro, and thank you for joining us tonight. We have a lot more to share with you, so I hope you're comfortable. Let's continue. Well, now is definitely the time to contribute to your local public library, as any donations made between now and Friday, April 19th will be matched for up to $10,000. This generous donation is made by the 80 Makepeace Cranberry Growing Company. This matching grant will allow the library to better operate at the capacity that residents are used to. Although the library is funded by the town, it's only provided with 80% of the library operating budget, meaning that it may not have enough funds to keep its current operating hours. The remaining 20% must be fundraised by both the Wareham Library Foundation and the Friends of the Wareham Free Library. They must raise approximately $80,000 by June 13th, which is the end of the fiscal year. They have brought about $25,000 from the Bridge the Gap fundraiser program, but every donation helps bring them closer to that $80,000 mark. You can donate at the website www.supportwarehamlibrary.org. Checks can also be mailed to the Wareham Free Library Foundation's P.O. Box 485, East Wareham, Mass. 02538. Longtime Onset Fire Chief Raymond Goodwin retired officially this past Monday from his post. Deputy Fire Chief Jeffrey Oswald took over his post and will be serving as the acting fire chief for the time being. Goodwin retired after serving 7 years as chief and nearly 35 years as a firefighter. Oswald is an Onset resident who became an accredited fire chief in September 2016. Like Goodwin, Oswald has been extensive history with the Onset Fire Department and has been a firefighter with the department for more than 30 years. He was named deputy chief in 2003. Congratulations to the both of them. There was a recent firearm arrest made by Wareham Police Department after seizing a number of illegal firearms. This followed an investigation to the storing of illegal firearms at 5 Quaker Road, which led to a search warrant being executed at about 9:30 on the night of Friday, March 5th. 7 firearms were seized, as well as ammunition and a large capacity feeding device for ammunition. 34-year-old man David Daggett was arrested shortly after and charged with 2 counts of carrying a firearm without a license, 4 counts of possession of a firearm without a firearm identification card, possession of a large capacity firearm, illegal possession of ammunition, and possession of a large capacity feeding device. This has been a very busy month for the Wareham Police, as earlier in the month there was a substantial fentanyl bust. The goal is to make Wareham as safe as possible for everyone, Police Chief John Wallach stated. Well, folks, it's time for us to take another short break, but I wouldn't go anywhere just yet. Up next, we have information about a recent pay increase to substitute t-shirts and our local weather report from Isabella. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Congratulations, graduates!
People in Massachusetts are asking what they can do to help stop the spread of the virus. Our response? Answer the call.
Hello? Thanks for calling. I've been worried.
Thanks. Now I know what to do.
Through what's called contact tracing, the MA COVID team will be reaching out to everyone who's tested positive for coronavirus or who has been exposed. Look out for area codes 833 or 857 and answer the call to keep your community safe. Visit mass.gov/MA tracing team.
Hey, do you have Viking pride?
Of course I have Viking pride.
Viking pride? You already know I have that.
Of course I do. Viking!
Gotta believe.
Go
Wareham!
Go Vikings, bro. Viking pride.
Who doesn't have Viking pride? It's all good.
Yeah.
Vikings! Go Vikings! Stand up. Nobody better than a Viking.
Viking pride! The Vikings!
Go Vikings. Viking pride. Do you have it?
Welcome back to Wareham Viking News at 5. I'm your host, Emma Arcaro, and thank you for sticking with us today, this evening, as we bring you all the latest sorts of local news. We have more news to share, so let's dive right in. Well, a recent pay increase was approved for substitute t-shirts operating in Wareham. According to Superintendent Dr. Kimberly Shaverhood, it is getting harder and harder to find substitute teachers in these difficult times. She stated that the current rates, there were no applicants to the substitute openings that were posted for the district. She hopes that this pay increase will bring more applicants to these postings, especially since other schools in the area have increased their substitute salaries as well. Although these increases are temporary, they will be in place for the remainder of the current school year. This pay increase would also extend to teachers and paraprofessionals that cover classes during their preparatory periods, which, according to Dr. Shaver, has increasingly happened, especially due to the limited amount of people allowed in the building and the short supply of available substitute teachers. As we start to bring students back and go to 5 days a week, we really are concerned about coverages, so we feel like this will be an added assistance, Shaver had commented. The weather certainly has been strange as usual this past week, so I wonder what could possibly be in store for this week's coming. Here we have our favorite new weather girl, Isabella, to share with you everything you need to know this week for weather. Belle?
Thank you, Emma. It's Isabella, and this is your Viking weather report. Today will be sunny with highs of 45 and lows of 34. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy, highs of 54 and lows of 34. Friday will be partly cloudy, highs of 37 and lows of 28. And now for your Viking trivia. What is the world's biggest island? Is it A, Iceland, B, Greenland, C, Hawaii, or D, Great Britain?
Japan, Great Britain.
Dolly Parton.
And the answer is B, Greenland. Now back to you, Emma.
Thank you, Isabella, and thank you, everyone. Now it's time for this week's Woman of the Week. This week's Woman of the Week is Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton has done so much in her music career over 50 years, and one of her most famous songs, 9 to 5, and the hit I Will Always Love You, covered by Whitney Houston. Parton has got the rights for the song since she wrote it, but in her career she has written over 3,000 songs and has a lot of hits. Her songs, Jolene and I Will Always Love You, were both written in a day. She had also produced, dabbled in philanthropy, and years ago established Dolly's Imagination Library, a program that donates more than 10 million books to children each year. A lot of her donations are anonymous, and she uses her own money to give back to her community. Not only that, recently she donated over $1 million to COVID-19 research and development. It's time for us to take our last break of the night, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, Belle's covering for Laura with sports this week, and we'll tell you everything that's happening in the world of sports. And all this and more coming after the break.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hello? Yeah, I can come in. No, I was awake. Mm-hmm. Cool.
outside your window. No, you can't sleep, you pretend though. You don't have to play the hero. 'Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heartbeat.
Well, hello again, and welcome back to Wareham Viking News at 5. I'm your host, Emma Arcaro, and we'd like to thank you for sticking with us tonight until the end of our show. But it's not over yet. The sports world is bustling with news this week, and the absence of our usual sportscaster Laura Clements, Isabella's here once again to tell you all about the world of sports. Bella, what's up? What do we need to know?
Thank you again, Emma. It's Isabella back with your Wareham Viking News Sports Report. Fall 2 sports have begun. The track team has their first meet this Saturday. Field hockey and girls and boys soccer have their first game next week. Football opens their season at Bourne next Friday, March 26th. Basketball had an excellent season this year. Here's the highlight reel of their performance throughout the winter season.
Archetype on the track. What up? Straight to the top. I'm taking it. Just for the record, I'm breaking it. I did it when they said that it can't be done. To become number one, a champion. Yeah, straight to the top. I'm taking it. Just for the record, I'm breaking it. I did it when they said that it can't be done. To become number one, a champion. Hey yo, I reign victorious, can't stop winning. Against all odds from beginning to the ending. Put me in the ring and I'll outbox the best. When I'm balling on the courts, my shots is all net. Baseball field, I'm a grand slam hitter. Can't stand losing, so I never been a quitter. Ice hockey, no goalie couldn't block me. Burning up the tracks, I'm too fast to clock me. Knocking down pins and strike after strike. About to set a new record, I could do this all night. I swam with the sharks and wrestled with the gators. Demolished imitators and abolished all the haters. So far ahead of you, flying at the speed of light. Got a clear view, you ain't even in my rear view. What? Another one bites the dust. A true MC, I need another mic to crush. What? Straight to the top, I'm taking it. Just for the record, I'm breaking it. I did it when they said that it can't be done. To become number one, a champion. Yeah, straight to the top, I'm taking it. Just for the record, I'm breaking it. I did it when they said that it can't be done. To become number one, a champion.
They always say, oh, you tall, you ball it all. Only in jail and clubs when it's wall to wall. Stop all the bullshit. Finals without Mike, me and Jokes liable to leave the vinyl without like OT. I dial spray to sponsor my shooters. Stick tools in your mouth, no tonsil removal. Stretch you like a trainer, bull tame and maim you. Rock climbing strangers, feeling familiar danger. Major league changer, used to throw heat in the street, mask and glove. Catching no cleats, making basketball leaps. Building endurance, I'm like Kobe. F up my game, I'll take it to Europe. With a shake and a storm, we don't plank in the ghetto. 9-2 dream team coming back with the medal. Magnetic, athletic, we running the track. Pass the baton or I'ma tell jokes, pass the gas.
It's the undisputed, undefeated, king of the MVPs. You see I'm one of a kind, top of the line, homie, nobody can't see me. It's G's. You see, I'm one of a kind, top of the line, champion number ONE. When I say rattle and roll, your squad get cut down. Swept, this is shut down, running a touchdown. Chuck Kelly, I believe I can fly. Rusty, rugby, I'm scoring a try. Chief Rocker of soccer, I'm taking the World Cup. Shackling, tackling, breaking the world up. Fencing, 15 points in 2 minutes. Blink your eyes one time, homie, and you finish. So far ahead of you, flying at the speed of light. Got a clear view, you ain't even in my rear view. What? Another one bites the dust. True MC, I need another mic to crush. What? Straight to the top, I'm taking it. It's just for the record, I'm breaking it. I did it when they said that it can't be done. To become number one, a champion. Yeah, straight to the top, I'm taking it. It's just for the record, I'm breaking it. I did it when they said that it can't be done. To become number one, a champion.
Special thanks to WCTV's intern Zach for making that highlight. The Red Sox are in the midst of their spring training schedule. They played the Twins earlier today and defeated the Atlanta Braves 5-3 yesterday. Breakout. Based on Bobby Dalbec's performance this spring's training, he will likely be the Red Sox's starting first baseman for the 2021 season. The Celtics' exciting season continues. They're currently 20-19 after 117-109 loss to the Utah Jazz last night. The team is facing the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight at 8 p.m. The Boston Bruins won last night. The final score in their game against the Pittsburgh Penguins was 2-1. They play the Buffalo Sabres tomorrow night at 7. Now back to you, Emma.
Thank you so much, Bella, and great job, everyone. But it is time for us to go. To keep up on all current Wareham news throughout the week, visit www.warehamvikingnews.com and like us on Facebook at Wareham Viking News. Make sure to continue to tune in Wednesday evenings for our live broadcast at 5 p.m., on Thursdays for our rebroadcast at 9 a.m., or on YouTube later tonight right here on WCTV for your best source of news, sports, weather, traffic, and more. Thank you for being with us, and until next time, Wareham, goodbye, wear a mask, and stay safe.